Yo, what up, my bones? SilverDFanng back with more YouTube reactions. We got more Ryan Kelly comedy. This time it's Porsche, the dark side of the car. Let's just, you know what? Let's just say Porsche been around for over 100 years. You do the math. Enjoy. So, Porsche, the dark side of the car, Ryan Kelly comedy. I know very little about Porsche. Yeah, I'm not a car dude. I like learning about cars.
Buddy.
It's Porsche.
Yeah, but I'm an American.
I hate you. Porsche, I hate you.
And so I'm going to say it with an American accent. And if you're choosing to focus on that, that probably means you're distracting from something else. So what do you do?
We are the car companies that made it so when people hear
They're German.
German engineering, they think perfection.
Okay, but how did you start making
I thought that was BMW. I thought BMW was like the German car brand.
cars?
Well, it began with Ferdinand Porsche Sr., a true prodigy. Before the 20th century even began, he was designing electric cars and hybrid vehicles. By the 1920s, he was the technical director at Mercedes-Benz, designing the legendary supercharged cars that dominated the racing world. He was the most brilliant automotive engineer of his generation, like, for sure.
Okay, so he was a racing purist from the very beginning.
Did you say racing or racial? He was both.
Early 1900s German engineer. Yep. Back to our old friend, World War II.
I'm just curious, though.
Oh, no. Wait, did you say the 1920s?
Yep.
Oh gosh.
Yep.
Oh no, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So Ferdinand Sr. founded his company Porsche in 1931 with lawyer and his son-in-law, Anton Pieck, and Mercedes race car driver, Adolf Rosenberger. Only two of the three founders would stick around, though. It didn't start out going well. And in 1932, Joseph Stalin offered Porsche a job to head the Soviet automotive.
Not gonna lie, I didn't see the Soviet Union coming into play, but of course, Stalin.
Program.
Okay, weird freaking crossover.
Yeah, he said no, because he couldn't speak Russian. He had no bad things to say about the dictator, and as we'll see later, authoritarianism really didn't hold back Ferdinand.
Okay, I see this going poorly. Which two stuck around with the floundering company?
Well, all tried it until it started going well. You see, Anton Pieck was a big fan of the German NSDAP. You know, the Nope Oceans, because they were not seas.
It's so cool that we live in a world that censors history. It's literally...
Nazis. We have a history of a bunch of people discriminating against other people and doing disgusting things. Stop trying to avoid our reality.
never gone bad that way.
So Anton was such a big fan of the Nope Oceans that he joined the party in Austria, even though it was still illegal there. This guy was so committed to the bit. Really, an early adopter.
Okay, so is he the one that got ousted? Because, you know, he joined an illegal group.
Oh, mein sweet summer child. No, the other founder, Rosenberger, was Jewish and was arrested on racial crimes of, you know, existing Jewishly. And then he was sent to Schloss-Kieslau, a focus summer camp, and the first 4 days he was beaten badly.
Internment camp. Yeah.
Constantly.
Okay, I'm just gonna...
Was war das?
Prozac. Continue with the sadness.
Thanks, this one ends happy-ish. You see, Rosenberger was forced to sell his part to Ferdinand's son, Ferry Porsche, for almost nothing. And Rosenberger was then replaced as commercial director by a friend and colleague race car driver, Hans Baron von Weder-Malberg.
Where is the happy?
Victor Malberg was actually from old Austrian nobility, and he was a race car driver, too.
Yeah, I'm sure that guy is happy, but I meant for Rosenberg.
Turns out Victor Malberg wasn't, you know, a total bag of dicks, so he bribes the guards at the focus camp to free Rosenberger and even helped him and his parents escape Germany.
Holy cow!
Yeah, and it didn't work out well for him either. He'd eventually be kicked out of the company ownership by the Porsches.
Okay, so Porsche was like racist, but also against anybody that wasn't his direct lineage?
Yeah, somehow Porsche created the advanced level racism. They got a premium subscription.
Okay.
So he's a British royal. History sucks.
What the hell?
Gets weirder. Here's a direct quote from Rosenberger. It was held against me that a certification or the like as a Jew-free company would not be given as long as I was a shareholder. I don't accuse Mr. Porsche or Mr. Peak at any rate of personal anti-Semitism.
What? He didn't accuse them of having personal... I would've! Oh my gosh, not only that, Porsche didn't just have personal anti-Semitism, dude had it professional grade.
Yeah, but to be fair, I also would have said nice things if I was trying to escape a country since it just put me in a camp.
Yeah. We don't know if he actually believed any of this shit, but like, are you going to say bad shits about one of the dudes that got you and your family out? Yeah, he sucks. But big picture, your family needs to get out soon. It's going to get very bleak.
Anyway, so Ferdinand Sr. needed a break after getting rid of that guy who helped him a ton.
So Porsche gets rid of the guy who helped make the company successful on racial grounds, and then poor Ferdinand Porsche needs a hand.
Yeah, that poor guy, who, let's not forget, had a really soft spot for the common man.
Clearly not all of them, and what are you talking about? He seems to have hated everyone he wasn't directly related to.
Look, maybe he hated everybody a little, but he also knew that all those plebeians needed a vehicle too, and that would make him a lot of geld.
That seems to be more truthful. What did he do?
Time out. Can I have an ADHD break to pay the bills? Our pool of options is low since we pissed off, most of the world's companies.
Yeah, our poor agent.
Yeah, he always seems to be surprised how many companies are scams, organized crime, or work with...
Yeah, fun fact, if we took every brand deal we were offered, including the ones from sketchy places, we would over triple our yearly income.
Huh. Are you principled or a dumb...
¿Por qué no los dos?
Okay.
Look, as someone who literally refuses to pay Twitter for that blue checkmark that would absolutely quintuple my people seeing my posts, I'm also both.
And let's pay the editor with a company that we personally use and does what it says on the tin. How many times have you gotten calls from other creators saying, "Oh my god, somebody found my address"?
That's 7 different times.
And how do they seem to feel about that?
The feeling seems quite similar to a very powerful laxative.
Okay, uncomfortable image, but yes. And who do you recommend every time?
Delete me!
Exactly,
Ghostbusters.
because Delete Me submits removal requests to have your data removed from hundreds of data brokers, and it makes it way harder for people to find you, which is really nice.
Yeah, no, not everybody can be like me and have the most generic name on planet Earth.
It's true, but even them knowing certain markers
Ryan
can still
Kelly
make you
is
findable.
pretty
But
generic.
if anyone wants 20% off, they can use the code Ryan Kelly on any Delete Me consumer plan.
Thanks to Delete Me for sponsoring this video and keeping us rolling. Speaking of rolling, back to Porsche.
He dreamed of a simple, affordable, reliable car for everyone. A people's car. In the early 1930s, he found a very enthusiastic partner who wanted to make the dream a reality for Germany.
And who was that?
The former painter, new
Yep.
chancellor of Germany.
So the Porsche success story starts here? Oh, God.
The chancellor now found...
By the way, fun fact, most European-based companies lead to World War II. And 9 out of 10 of them, not for good reasons.
of a kindred spirits in a way. The shattered visions. The H guy commissioned Ferdinand directly to design Volkswagen, the people's car. He called Ferdinand the greatest
Oh, didn't know that. I didn't know Volkswagen literally meant people car. Oh,
engineer in Germany. In Germany.
The
Third Reich.
Beetle was a direct commission from the art school reject.
The Volkswagen Beetle was made because of Hitler. You can't make this shit up. One of the most punchable, pun intended, cars was made because of Hitler. We are not a serious world.
Yeah, the art guy even sketched the initial ideas for it, and then his good friend Ferdinand brought it to life. And the partnership was so successful that when the political climate got, war-ish, Ferdinand was the natural choice to lead Germany's motorization for the war effort.
What do you mean lead? What did he lead?
He became the head of the German Tank Commission. When the no Polshians needed a heavy tank, he was the man in charge. He designed a famously brilliant but notoriously over-engineered prototype for the Tiger tank. It was a technological marvel that was too complex and broke down way too often.
So his tank was a failure?
The prototype was, but we are very good at recycling. We took the 90 chassis we had already built for his failed Tiger prototype and converted them into the most powerful tank destroyer of the war, a 70-ton behemoth we proudly named the Ferdinand.
He literally put his name on a Nope Ocean war machine?
Then it is important to sign your...
Porsche is still around. They're still seen as a luxury brand. This is why history is important.
Look, but that was just a side project. His magnum opus of military engineering was the Panzer VIII Maus.
Oh, I know this one.
The Maus. It was an 188-ton super heavy tank with an 128mm main cannon and a 7.92mm coaxial.
This was literally one of the big juggernauts for the German army. And it was made by Porsche.
The heaviest, most heavily armored tank ever built. It was a moving fortress, a land battleship, built to be an invincible breakthrough machine. However, it was completely impractical, strategically useless, and an absolute monument to glorious, terrifying over-engineering. It was the most Porsche thing we've ever built.
This is insane. He was a key architect of the Nope Ocean war machine?
Oh, Ferdinand wasn't just a designer. He was a leader. He was given the rank of Double S Oberfuhrer, an honorary officer in the S Squad. You know, the guys that saw regular atrocities and were like, okay, but what if we amped it up?
Oh my god.
Why are they still a company? Why do they still exist? Why does Porsche have the ability to not, like, just die? Oh my fucking god, I hate this world.
Gosh, okay, I was allowed to take more during stressful times, and you're a freaking problem.
Okay, you know what? That's a fair reaction.
Continue.
He was instrumental in running the Volkswagen factory, which of course used thousands of extremely heavily encouraged free laborers from those focus summer camps to meet production quotas.
So your founder wasn't just a designer for these guys. He was an active and decorated participant. Was he ever punished?
No, not really. He was arrested by the French and held for 20 months, but was never convicted of the very blatant horrors he'd done. And then after his family paid the bail, he was in the clear until his death in 1951.
He was never punished? Okay, well, you know what? At least he didn't receive awards after his death because everybody knew what he'd done. Is that fair?
He was inducted into the International Motorsports Hall of Fame in 1996 and posthumously awarded.
People need to do research. People need to put in some thought. This is horrifying.
The car engineer of the century in 1999. Come on! Don't worry, now that that's over, we can really begin. So you know his son, Ferry Porsche.
You mean the other Porsche war criminal that received no punishment?
Exactly. But his father was in prison. They kept the company alive by designing a new race car for an Italian company and servicing old Volkswagens. And it was during this time, in the ruins of post-war Europe, that he had his vision. He said, I looked around and could not find the car I was dreaming of. So I decided to build it myself.
Oh my gosh, that's such a sweet story. If we ignore the horrific lead up.
Exactly, which is why when V tells the story, we tend to start here.
Yeah, I get why. So Ferry had to save the family business.
And that's when he made his first Porsche, the 356. He built it using leftover Volkswagen parts, the engines, the suspension, and wrapped them in a beautiful, lightweight, hand-built aluminum body. It was a complete opposite of his father's monstrous tanks. It was a small, nimble, and pure vehicle. It was a sports car born from the wreckage of his father's legacy.
That is incredibly poetic and sweet sounding. Just to clarify that Ferry did help with all the crimes, though, right?
Oh, yeah, I did. And to move past that.
Yep. Son, father like son. Nazi like Nazi.
Very dedicated the company to his new vision. We made sports cars. And for a while, we also made tractors. His father had helped design.
The Porsche tractors?
A little nod to the old man's more and rare, peaceful engineering passions. But Ferry's son, Bootsy, was the one who would create the true icon. In 1963, he designed the successor to the 356. A car with a powerful, air-cooled 6-cylinder engine hanging out from behind the rear axle. A car with a timeless, unmistakable silhouette. He designed the Porsche 911.
Ah, your icon.
From that moment on...
Okay, the 911 was made years before 911, but it is funny that the Porsche, the company made, like, literally helped the German army in World War II, made the Porsche 911. It is kind of funny.
We was a 911 company. Everything we did was in service to that car. When American 911 happened, we did a survey, and turns out We were more notable, and we would have lost money if we changed the name. We dominated the race.
Are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious? This company is literally, ooh no, a lot of people died. Should we change our branding? I guess not. Okay.
Incoming at break.
Le Mans, Daytona, Targa Florio, using what we learned on the track to make our road cars even better.
But eventually you had to change a little. I mean, the Cayenne.
Look, okay, it's fine. We didn't sell out.
I didn't say it was.
Oh, nine, sorry. Trauma. Anyway, it was a survival technique. By the 90s, we were on the verge of bankruptcy. You cannot run a company just by selling a handful of perfect, expensive sports cars. The Cayenne SUV was a necessary evil. It was a massive success, too. And its profits allowed us to continue funding the real work. Perfecting 9/11. Oh, sorry, perfecting Z911. Oh, Mr. Jones' prompter.
Oops. Okay, good to clarify. I wasn't sure, but honestly, after all the things at the beginning, wouldn't even be shocked.
In a surprise twist, so we did try to buy Volkswagen. Sneakily.
What? How?
It was the ultimate act of hubris. We, a tiny sports car company, tried to swallow our parent company. It was a brilliant financial gamble. It was destroyed by the 2008 financial crisis. In
Fuck
the
you,
end,
Porsche.
Volkswagen found out, bought us, and the Porsche and Peak families, Ferdinand's descendants, became the largest shareholders of the entire VW
Okay.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
empire, owning over 50% of the voting rights in their company, Porsche Automobile Holding SE.
So after everything, the family that started the company and hated everyone that wasn't them, did horrific things and was never punished, still owns the company to this day.
It's a lot. We carry the name of a man who was both a brilliant engineer and a war criminal. We built cars born from the dream of purity in more ways than one, funded by profits of practicality and prison labor, and controlled by the descendants of a dynasty forged on the right, not right, side of history. We are German engineering. Perfect, whether it's used for good or for the bad.
Yeah, that's
I don't know what to say, chat. I don't know what to say. That was sad, depressing, horrifying, and fuck you, Porsche. But, oh my god. The Porsche family owned Volkswagen. Yep. Hey, thanks for checking out this video. Check me out on Twitch, SilverDFanng, 2 N's in Fang. Check me out on Twitter and Blue Sky under the same name. Also TikTok. Have a great night.